welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Alina Ghost, and if you're new here, I have a son who's 8 months old and his name is Aiden. So this video is all around how you can entertain your baby who's around the age of 6 to 9 months. As you know, we have been in lockdown in the UK here for most of the year, so most of 2020. So that meant I had to get really creative when it came to like what activities I can do with him, especially because I couldn't take him to like classes, so like sensory classes were out. We couldn't even do swimming anymore, so I'm going to show you the alternative that I did for about a month. Aiden is actually an early mover, so he started crawling very early on. I think it was around month 6. And now he's actually taking his first steps. But no matter where your baby is in that whole development stage, I'm going to show you activities and things that you can do with your baby no matter what, whether they're still lying on their backs and not rolling over, to those who are starting to toddle slowly but surely. I have plenty of fun things in mind, so let's get to it. Something quirky that we did during lockdown 2.0, that was to replicate a swimming class lesson, but at home. No, it wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. What we did, we actually put our swimming costumes on and we filled up the bath. I made sure we didn't add any bubbles because I wanted to differentiate it between our normal bath time and our swimming lesson. I also didn't have any toys that usually represent our bath time routine, so like no rubber ducks. We usually have these like finger puppets that are for the bath time as well. So I would instead use like floating balls because that's something that they did in the swimming pool quite a lot. Then I tried to actually use those techniques that our teachers taught us in the swimming class around like how to kick their legs and how to put them on their back, how to make them swim forwards. And obviously there's only a limited amount of space, but I did my best with actually trying to practice those skills for swimming that we used to do in class. The thing is, we just gave it a go and it's better than nothing, and actually I found that when we went back to swimming last week, he was absolutely fine, and actually he enjoyed swimming so much. He didn't forget how to swim, so he didn't forget the skills that we were taught a month previous to that either. So luckily, it actually seemed to have worked. An easy and cheap way of entertainment is actually taking out all of your Tupperware and kitchen utensils and letting them play with it. Make sure that it's nothing sharp and nothing that they can hurt themselves on, but usually what's great about this stuff, so like Tupperware, is the fact that it doesn't have anything dangerous. This is a really popular way of entertaining your baby without actually you having to do things to actually keep them engaged. This is something that they can play on their own, discover, chew, and absolutely enjoy just being on their own. I'm going to show you what Aiden loves to do. And basically the two main things is put it in his mouth and the other is smack it against something else to make noise. That brings me nicely to things that make noise, so any like instruments, any fun stuff. Something that I had at my disposal is actually a harmonica. I can't remember when I actually bought this harmonica. I've had it for absolute years, but I've had it in the attic. So when I found it with the Christmas stuff this year, I actually ended up playing with him and showing him that you blow into it so that it makes noise. No, he can't do it himself, but I found it a really great way to keep his attention and get him interested in something completely new, because the sounds were completely different to what he's used to. I was lucky enough to have gone to baby classes for about 2 months before we went into lockdown again this year. So that meant that I was able to get some tips from the actual classes as to how I can entertain Aiden whilst we were on our own. And some of those things were things like taking material and putting it over their face and then playing like peekaboo with it. So putting it over them anyway because it's like light to the touch, so he liked the fact that it was touching him. That was obviously a sensory element to it. The other thing is having like bottles and Tupperware tubs full of things inside that make a great noise. I found that even a 1 litre bottle with some things inside, like even nails or beads of some sort can actually make a really fun noise that keeps them occupied. Especially if you shake it for them, show them what they need to do. So show them the motion that they need to do with that item to make the noise. I'm a big fan of rhymes. And although I don't know many kids' rhymes in English, I know a few in Russian. No matter what language you know though, you can do rhymes, you can engage with your baby using rhymes, using song, by actually teaching them something that they will remember constantly. So what I mean by that is once you repeat it a few times, they'll actually get to know the song and the rhyme. And when it comes to like the motion that goes with the rhyme, so for example, let's say itsy bitsy spider, you can do like the whole like finger thing about like the spider going up. That means that they will actually recognize that motion, and sooner or later they'll actually do those motions themselves. When it comes to the sensory skill, I actually found books are a great way to develop that too. So there are some books that have elements within it where the baby can actually touch, hold, scrape, obviously eat. So we have 2 or 3 books that either have something like fluffy or have a different material each time we turn the page, and the other one is actually around food elements. So it's like, what does a plate feel like? What does a cucumber feel like? I wouldn't exactly say they completely replicate what those things are like, but at the same time it's giving them something new to touch and feel, which is perfect for their development. I'm personally a very active person. If you know me, I can't sit still. I can't even watch TV properly, ask my husband. So basically, I love things where he can get involved with me, where I'm being quite active. One example is where I go on my back, I pick him up, I put my feet under him, and then I swing him up and down. So it's as if like he's going on a journey on a rocket, for example. So I can be like 1, 2, 3, blast off, for example. Something recently that we figured out that Aiden likes is crawling after him. He squeals in such a cute way when we are pretending that we're running after him. So basically we're down on the floor, we're crawling after him, and then he thinks that we're actually going to grab him and tickle him. This activity is fun for both myself and my husband, who absolutely love his little giggles. I definitely recommend this one, and although it's probably because he's getting a little bit older, so he's nearly at that 9-month mark, I still feel like you could definitely try this one out early. Something that Granddad loves to play with Aiden is bumps. So that's putting your baby on your knees and then moving them up and down so that as if they're going through bumps. I have this version of bumps in Russian as well, and it comes with a rhyme. So basically I'm partnering up a rhyme and a game so that he knows what's coming and he understands the concept of what the game is. Something that we haven't tried yet, but I know friends who have, is massage classes. So although we haven't been to a massage class, I actually have done a lot of research into this. I've got a massage book, I've looked at YouTube, I've got friends who went to massage classes and recommend particular ones. And I've tried quite a few. And Aiden's favourite massage would probably be his legs and his feet. That's where I massage from the top of his thighs down towards his feet and actually do a motion of going downwards, upwards so that his toes open up. And he loved that from when he was a tiny baby. I definitely recommend trying massages and different types as well, from trying to do the arms, so from the top of the arms down towards the bottom and the top of the thighs down towards the bottom, but then also trying out tummy massages because they're so great for things like trapped wind, for example. I have a confession. Sometimes when I have caffeine, I go a little loopy. So my next one is all around dancing and music. It's a great way to interact with your baby because they're having fun at the same time that you're having fun. Because it's the run up to Christmas and the whole festivities, we've been listening to Christmas tunes from about 6 AM every morning. but I'm going to show you the way we have fun. It's basically just bobbing up and down, it's dancing, moving from one way to another, and singing as well. I've left the best till last. I thought I will show you something completely loopy. It was a complete accident that I found. Aiden absolutely was fascinated by this. It started off with a farm animals book where I was partnering up funny noises with the actual animal. When it came to the chicken, I actually did a motion with it. You know the one. So, right? That's a great chicken impression, right? I think so. And so did Aiden. Aiden loved it. So basically it's around teaching them animals, the noises and actions as well. Obviously it's a little bit more difficult to do like a pig noise and the action of eating mud, but you can have fun with these when it comes to other animals. Just be creative, and at the end of the day, that's all a baby needs, using imagination. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it inspires you to do fun activities, to interact with your baby during this really hard year where interaction is so limited. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment, because I would love, love, love to hear what you do with your baby. I'd love for you to stick around and consider subscribing. Please don't forget to click that bell button as well if you do, so that you can actually get updates around when my videos come out. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.